Hey y'all, welcome back to a Nerdy Book Life. My name is Christy, and today we're going to talk about manga. So, I know I've been a little MIA, but I've been going through some situations. I ain't going to go into details, but I'm back. And I am back for 25 days of manga. Now, if you don't know what 25 Days of Manga is, it is a read along with manga hosted by Shay Geeks Out, Page and Panels, and Dynamic Dylan. These three hosts are on my Instagram, so I will put their handles down in the description. But today I'm going to talk about my TBR, and I'm going to talk about what we're going to do with this 25 days of manga. So, first things first, let's go over my TBR. So, I have picked out 25 manga that I really have been wanting to get read. So, I have written them all down and I have put them in this jar. So what I'm going to do is each day I'm going to pick one of these out, and that's the one that I'm going to read. And then after I have read it, I am going to place it on my manga tree. I just drew this and tried to decorate it a little bit. Please don't judge too harshly, but it starts down here and then goes all the way up to the top because I thought it would be neat to have it close to the star because, you know, that's usually the last thing you put on the tree, kind of. But each day I have all these little book covers of manga that I have cut out, and whichever one I pick, I'm gonna take once I've read it, and I will place it on the number that it belongs. And at the end of the 25 days, I will have my very own manga tree. So, I thought that would just be a fun little thing to do. Alright, so I'm going to start off this TBR. So, I'm going to try to read Kuma Bear Volume 1. I have not heard anything about this manga. I picked it up because it just looked really cute and it almost looked like one of those like sugary sweet kind of mangas. So I'm excited to see what this one's about. It's basically about a video game. If you hear anything, that's probably my cat because he's trying to get in the room, but I need the door closed. So I'm really excited to see what this one's all about. Then I have Cutie and the Beast Volume 3 because these two sweet people are they're just adorable. Like, I just love this story. I absolutely love his name. His name is Kuga, and her name is Momoka. And this is the third volume, and like, these volumes are coming out so far apart. I'm just like, I love their story. So I'm excited to continue their story. And then I have The Girl from the Other Side Volume 2. I finally picked up Volume 1 this year, and it was fantastic. And I was like, girl, you need to stop sleeping on these series. You need to get on the... Wait, let me use my other snapper. You need to get on a ball. So I am just super excited to see where this story goes as well. I picked up Wonderland Volume 2. This is another one that I have not seen going around too much. I actually saw this from an Instagram buddy of mine. She had read the first one, so I thought I would check out the series. I read the first one and I was hooked. This one is a little bit more of a gruesome series. It's basically like, I don't know if this is the best way to describe it, but it's basically like Gothic Alice in Wonderland. Like, it is like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but it's still really good. So I would recommend it. It's not totally gruesome. Like, it's not like Tokyo Ghoul gruesome. It's really good. So, and then I have Ancient Magnus Bride Volume 2. And I know why everybody has been talking about this series finally, because I finally picked up Volume 1, which I'd had forever, around the same time that I'd picked this one up. And now I know why everybody talks about this series, especially Shay Geeks Out, because she literally geeks out about this series. So I'm excited to see the next adventure that they go on. And the next set is Devil's Line Volume 2. I read the first one in this series because another Instagram buddy of mine had recommended this series. And I picked up the first one and I was immediately, again, I was hook, line, and sinker. So I am excited to see what happens next. Now, this is just my TBR, so I'm not talking too much about them. When I actually read them, I'll definitely give you more in depth. And then the next one is Omnibus 1 of That Wolf Boy Is Mine. This has volumes 1 and 2 in it. I know this has been around for a while. I think it's quite a short series, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know anything about this, so I'm super duper excited. It says, discover why Fruits Basket's fans fall in love with a shape-shifting wolf boy and the girl who discovered his secret. So if that doesn't hook you, I don't know what will. Then I got Blood on the Tracks, Volume 1. I had seen this floating around for a long time. Well, not for a long time, but for a while, and it really intrigued me. Tamika from Library of Tomes, she talks about this, and she said that she liked it. She said that it's a little bit gruesome, kind of odd, but I'm kind of here for it. So the next one I have is Blue Period Volume 1. This has been sitting on my shelf for a little bit. It's artist related. So, and I, kind of dabble in like the arts and crafts type. So I was kind of curious to see what this was all about. The next volume is Dora Heat Dora, Volume 1. This actually was a recommendation from Maeve over at Maeve Ever Reading. Go check her channel out. Anybody I mention, I will get links in the description for you to go check them out. This one, I don't really know that much about. It is gory, so be aware of that if you do pick this one up. But yeah. And then, finally, Beastars Volume 2, because again, another series that was knocking at the door saying, hello, read me. And I was like, I don't know. And then I read Volume 1, and then again, I was just like, where's Volume 2? I need it in my hands. So I'm going to pick up this because I'm excited. This series is another long series. I'm invested. So I will see what will happen in this series. In this manga. In this volume. There we go. The next I have A Sign of Affection, Volume 2. I absolutely loved the first volume, so I'm super excited to get into this. It has death rep, and that doesn't happen a lot in the manga world. The only other deaf manga that I have in my possession is A Silent Voice. I think that's the only other rep. If not, correct me, but be nice about it. My next few, it is LDK Volume 1. I have heard Shay talk about this one, and it just looked like definitely my type of manga. The next one is actually a series, and with this, I only have 4 volumes. It is Kimi ni Todoki, From Me to You. I have Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. I don't know much about this series. I got these for $4 at a convention. So I thought that was a steal. They had more, but I was trying to kind of budget myself. Oh, excuse me. And I found that they have them on Right Stuff. So if I wind up liking this series, I'm going to pick up more on Right Stuff. I think it's about a girl who looks like the character in a horror movie, like from The Grudge, I think. And people are like afraid of her. And it's like her journey of like finding, I think, love and like friends and stuff. So I don't know. I'm pretty intrigued to see what that one's about. Now, the only thing is I realized that I cannot have 4 volumes in a series in the jar. So what I'm gonna do is, if I do wind up pulling this one, I wrote down, listen to me. I wrote down Kimi ni Todoki volumes 1 through 4. So what I'll do is, if I pull that one, I'll read volume 1 and then I'll put it back in here. And if I wind up pulling it again, then I'll read volume 2 and so on and so on. So I just figured that would be cool, a good idea if I, since I wanted to read all 4. The next section of books I have is of the Red, the Light, and the Akashi volume 2. I read the first one. I was a little confused, but Maeve has said that if you get through the first one, the other ones will make more sense. So I'm going to give this a shot. I only have volumes 1 and 2, so we'll see what happens. If I don't wind up liking them, then I will pass them on to someone else. So there's that. Then I have the Water Dragon's Bride volume 2. I have heard this one talked about as well. I really, really liked the first one. The first one was very interesting. It took me to a whole new world. And I love, novels or manga or anything like that can take me to a different world, a different time. So I'm definitely excited for this next adventure. And then I have Yonah of the Dawn volume 2. I know this series is like 30 some volumes. I think like 33, 34 volumes in. But I recently just picked it up. It's another one that I recently picked up, and I was like, I need to read this series now. So I'm definitely excited to see what's gonna go on with Yonah and Hawk in this one. Down to the last 5. I picked up An Incurable Case of Love, volume 3. I fell in love with this series because I read volumes 1 and I had to immediately pick up volume 2. Then I picked up volume 2 and I was like, I need volume 3 like yesterday. So so I'm super excited to go into this one. I don't know, you might want to put a count down how many times I said super excited about reading stuff. So and then a recent release that just came out is called My Love Mix-Up Volume 1. This one looks super cute. I am so happy that I got it. I almost said excited there. So we'll see what happens with this one. And then I have Blue Flag Volume 2 because I was like, it's time for me to continue this story. The first one was definitely good, definitely precious. I recommend you at least picking up the first one because I love the first one. So I have a feeling I'm going to like this one too. And then I have 2 Year Eternity Volume 1. Do you guys know how hard it is to track these volumes down? At least where I live. I actually found this at a Books A Million. It was in I believe in one of my hauls that I did not too long ago. But this sounds like an adventure. So I'm super excited. I don't know much, but I mean, just look at that cover. It is beautiful. It's got a freaking wolf on the front. Like, I'm ready. It's time. I'm ready. And then last, but certainly not least, Captor Sakura by Clamp. This is volume 1, the collector's edition. This beauty just constantly keeps screaming at me in the shelf, saying, read me, read me. And I'm like, oh, I got so much other stuff to read, but you're so beautiful and your story just looks so exciting. So, and it comes with this cool little trading card as well. But I really want to delve into this world. Like, I've heard so many people talking about it. The art looks stunning. It's so beautiful. I mean, just look at that gorgeousness. I'm finally going to listen to it. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to read it. I am so happy with this TBR. There were so many other ones, but I was just like, I am just going to pick out a few. So I hope you guys stay tuned. This is going to be my first video for the 25 days of manga. I think I have decided that I'm going to do little vlogs and I'm going to try my best to post them on Sunday. With that being said, before I ramble another 10 minutes, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more content. And if you would, please subscribe, like, ring-a-ding-ding the little bell. And stay strong and read on.